I did my bachelor's in fine art. And I did deco one time. Yeah. So you have said it this evening. What is very important is that person who has come in your space. In this life, it is about referral.
Yes.
You know, just take care of that person who has trusted you. They are going to take you to heaven. Don't look at 10 years, but heaven. That person who has come in your space is your person. Don't look at me. I'm not so worried about what is coming tomorrow, but I'm worried about what is happening now. When I speak to you, I want to speak into your eyes, and you'll even dream about me. So that person,
and she's right.
Yes, that person who has come and trusted a function or that big thing with you, just take care of that person. The rest is going to take care of itself. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My name is Nasub Ovia, and I'm still a student at Makerere University. I wanted to share about what I'm passing through as me. I'm doing a business. I'm somehow like a broker. That's what I can say, because I buy, then I sell closets. If you want a wardrobe, if you want a closet, then it's what I do. But I've been facing a challenge because due to I don't have enough capital to start up my own, then people to find where to buy them, because every time I'm telling people, please buy closet, buy a wardrobe, people are telling me, where should I find you? And I don't want to tell them where I buy them so that they can also go there. I don't want to do that. And another challenge is that being a student around the space that I have around, people are not so much in business. So sometimes I get challenges and I don't have who to talk to. Who should I talk to? So I'm always stuck there. Thank you very much. And I'm glad to be here today.
Okay. The thing is, sometimes tulina okubeeramu n'amagezi nti this is kuno kwolya. This is your job. I have brought it closer to you. Okay? So if you come to me and ask me, where am I getting it from? I mean, pre-consultation. Jangu osasule ogambe nti akakati muna ina chenjagalo okwebuuzaako kiri in the area of your business, nkugambe nti asasula munange emitwalo gya 2 ojje tutuule tunywa kachai ombuuze. You get it? Because then bwana akubuuza nga yasasudde consultation, then you become an expert. Because gwobuulira yagenda okukubako ekibaati, yagenda okukola ki okugitandika ewalala. Starting the same business is not a problem, because that is the economy. You start a business here, tomorrow there will be 5 others that have started the same business. But the thing is, we get things from different places. I think I told you how I used to get my phones and how I used to know where they get those phones from. I would follow abetike migugu. Like I'm at techno shop and they're telling them, hey, leta chino. Or natuko we migugu. Owe migugu abaddayo. Nga mugendera ku mugongo nga tugenda mu basement uyo chakala tutusewa nejesina kugenda nzikiza bichi ogendo tule erisebo waliyo boss ali mu warehouse yawa orders zinoza mitwalo 3 eri bazitunda mitwalo 7 ngamba abantu nga bazibu bulijjo tebatubulira gye bajja bintu. But the thing is, that is their business. Your business is to know where you can get it cheaply so that you can sell it at a profit. Okay, so you want to know how to handle those people. You tell them you're selling knowledge. Wanje, amagezi bagatunda. And in this era, by the way, there is nothing more expensive than knowledge. You want to be me or to do what I do? Come, consult me, let's sit and talk. Okay? So you tell them, you can even be, by the way, one of the things that I want to incorporate more mentorship is knowing how to package our knowledge to sell it. Do you know that you're at a job and the things that you are doing and the processes is something that you can pass on to another person? So that you can save them from the degree, but you give them the knowledge of how to do the thing in the industry. And then they will get a job after 3 months. Okay? So that is knowledge, and it's very expensive. So all of us here are billionaires. Because we know how to do something. What you think is small is big to someone else. Okay? Like cooking. There are people here. How many of us would pay for cooking classes if someone made a cooking class? Do you see? But we have grown up cooking. But my friend, if you tell me that I can teach you how to cook rice 10 different times, cook biryani, cook chicken rice, then cook what? Pilau, then cook what? Vegetable rice, then what? Yellow rice. Jollof rice. You see? So that is knowledge. So definitely, you have to find out in what spirit are those people coming. Because then, abana yayagala kutandika business. Bwaba tayagala kutandika business, asooka investing in magezi gogenda omuwa. Omugamba. That if you really want to know, unless it's your friend, there is a friend who will come to you, nakugamba nti obijawa, you know, and nakubulira amazima. Some people never say the truth. Nakubulira amazima nina akasente naye ndowooza kyakutandika. Ate ng'okimanya agenda kitandika luweero nga lwaki tomulagirira. You get it? Tally your direct competition. But there is someone coming just out of the blue. Kakati njagala kumanya bintu gy'obijja maama bw'onoogenda obiragirira buli omu onooba okyakola. Ojja kuba tokyakola. Kati ng'omugamba okuwa amagezi gano ne wentuuse n'engeri gye nkulaakulanyeemu ne ntuuka wano wentuuse yosasula. You will have chased them away. How many of us believe when someone tells you to pay for knowledge, you will run away because you think you can get it on your own. So go and get it on your own. If you want a shortcut, respect the person that is giving you the shortcut and pay for that knowledge. Mbono nyenno. Nkoze kyamaanyi. Wanji, it's good okubeera n'ekisa naye waliwo abantu abajja out of the blue. Kati bwe ngenda mu dduuka ngenze kugula ngato ne mugamba maama engato zino ozigulawa nti nzigula Taki. Kale osobola kumpa ku contact gw'ozigulako kikikyo mwagaza ki? You get it? Like waliwo abantu abayitawo. You can do it for a friend. You can do it for someone who has come and they are totally truthful. They're like, I've been stuck, but I have my capital of 10 millions. I don't know how to go about it. Do you know that person, you can even help them set a shop? Because they've been truthful. Whichever business you're doing, by the way, you can package it into a short course that you can help someone. If you have a good boutique and it has been there for quite some time, but it has to have the longevity. Nga nawe ogifunamu. Totunda magezi kwara. Yes, my dear.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
My name is Justine Zua. I have a question.
Yes.
I've been struggling with decision making. I'm quite indecisive. I don't know what to do, either to do this or to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a particular scenario that you recall?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm employed somewhere in an international organization. I've been working there for 4 years now. But, okay, yes, the journey is quite okay. But I really admire people in the business sector. So it's something I would wish to do. I shared it with my mother, and she was like, you're still developing your career. You cannot drop that. But I feel like I need to chart that life. That is what I would really like to do. So kindly advise me on what to do.
You know, the world has changed, okay? We are no longer as traditional as we used to be. Now, when you ask your mother, definitely straight up, your mother is going to tell you being an engineer, being a doctor, as in they know those traditional jobs. Aga mwana wange kuma kalimu. Bwakubuuza nti bakuwa sente mmeka. I'm just giving an example. Namuga abampa asatu. Tomanya bajja kwongerako. Kuma omulimu. You get it. Awo novira nofuna ki? Nofuna omulala. Kakati telling a parent, it's like telling a parent that you want to do business. It's like telling your parent that I'm going to be a DJ after studying law. Like bibasobera. You want to gamble and yet you have something substantial here. Why would you want to gamble? Biba sobera. But remember, our minds have long evolved that now we know what we can do and what we can't do. And I think, given an example of myself, that after I did my first bachelor's in IT, I definitely knew I was never going to sit behind a computer or tear it apart or build algorithms or build smanny codes and what. I knew I was not going to do that. You get it? And so I opted for business. I think she must have said there is something wrong in the said, under the business in the village of all places. And then when I went back, definitely for my guidance and counseling, and then later masters in human psychology, positive applied psychology, I think she might have said, oba positive applied psychology bye bikyebyo oba bafuna mulimu kyabu, you know, gatabitegeera. So if this is something that you feel in your heart, okay, to do, what you need to do is not to totally transit from one place to another and close and close or block the bridges. Okay? You can still have your 9 to 5 while you plan, but some of us die in the limbo of planning. How many of us have been planning for the past 5 years? Some of us die in the limbo of planning. Like, otekayo kugula kumushu, nogamba, huh? Kankomeweno, waliwo predictability, waliwo certainty, kale newe jibasa tunjifuna mu budde, kale tewali nnyo stress. So, what you do is, you set up what you really want to do. Ask yourself, because then you need a lot of clarity, okay? What is your niche? Because even in business, there are niches. Maybe you're interested in fashion, and whenever you see someone, or you go to buy clothes, or you sell something to someone, that lights up your spirit. What exactly do you want to move into? Have clarity of what you want to move into. Consult, read, seek to know. Okay? Now, the moment you know that, okay, I can start at a small scale. If you have a capital of, let me give an example of 10 millions. You can say, let me start with 2.5 millions and try out this road and see where it goes. To take 10 millions, take 2.5, a quarter of that money, and then seek to grow from down upwards. You cannot start a business from up going down. So when you try with a 2.5, and see, and you're just not selling to your mothers and brothers, and no, you venture into the world, use social media, because understand the magnitude of what you want to get yourself into, so that you will hit the road running. Okay, so that I have the job. Though when people have the jobs, then they think they have the fallback position and they are comfortable, so they never give attention to their businesses. That is why after some time we tell you to decide and transit totally and move to the other. So your side hustle tends to become your main hustle after you have moved. So if you've not yet moved, your 9 to 5 is still your main hustle. Okay, and you have a side gig or you have a side hustle, but this side hustle, you must give it attention and time. You are the mother, you are birthing it, you're not going to abort it, so uphold it like you would feed a baby, be there for it, give it time, okay? And when you give it time, you realize its growth, you realize what more you need to do. So before you know it, you're like, the 9 to 5 time that I waste in the other place, or actually this business can give me more money than I earn in the other job, or even if it's not giving more money, I have the peace of mind and I have freedom. That also counts, by the way. So if I have the peace of mind, and have you ever done something you love, you do it with a lot of enthusiasm. Like you find no problem okukera, you find no problem smiling to people, you find no problem, so you feel at peace. So if you feel that this has a kuteyo, okay? And even if it's still struggling, but you see a lot of hope, you make sure that you devote more time to it. But just like I usually say, do not cheat your employer because you have a side hustle. Okay? When time comes and you feel like cheating your employer, transition and give yourself permission to actually give it all the time. And this is what I usually say. If you plan to transit immediately, this is what you do. Save for at least 6 months, that you can self-sustain for 6 months after you leave your job, okay? Without having to beg or ask for money from anyone while you start your new venture. So you must have at least 6 months savings that you can self-sustain within that period without looking at anyone. If you want to cut it and immediately start another thing. But you can juggle here and make sure that you give this attention as well. And then, how do you know your purpose and your niche? By doing multiple things. Because it's possible that you will come, wawulidde mobile money akola, n'ogamba kantandike mobile money owuwo n'afa. N'owulidde enkoko zikola, zonna ne zifa nga wakazigula. You get it? So that means you can start small, different things, or while you see the people that do them, while you see, so that you can find where your heart will go. Let me tell you, the people that flourish in this world are the people that do what they love. You have to love what you're doing in order to flourish and to thrive. If you're still being pushed to wake up and you're still being, it's because, yeah, someone has to be able to be there for you to work, okay? So you have to, does it help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so that decision, it's a decision that plays so many of us. Apart from us who are rebellious and decided we will never work, we will never, in any circumstance, do that. But take your time, think about it, find your niche, find your purpose. Even if it's in business, you have to find your niche and you have to find your purpose. There are people that flourish in more travel. And in my heart, I'm like, I would never have been a travel agent. Like, I don't want processing things for people. How would I do that? Book me a flight, do what? I see myself disturbing the person that usually books my flights and then my documents. Even today he was calling me, where's your file? We need to be able to pursue this. We need to be able to do that. And I'm like, I would never have done that job, okay? So there are people who say, I can never do business. But again, I can be a marketeer. Okay? So choose your cup of tea. Everything is hard, but choose your difficult. Okay? This one is immediately in front of me. Let's have the gentleman first, and then we come back to the lady.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Baker-wise, I'm into construction, and the nature of work I do, people normally pay us, a 50% or 70% deposit, and we have to do their work to its completion. But the challenge I'm facing is that many times, after completing their work, these people tend to relax. Actually, last year, I sat down in December and counted the losses I made in these the balances that remain. And it was 17.4 M. I was like, this money.
Will it ever come?
And people, you call them and the person is like, hey, nakwera bira. Or the person will be like, hey, nchimanyi. You call someone, he doesn't pick intentionally. There is a guy who told me, on Friday you come to my office. So when I reached the office, I stood somewhere outside. I started calling him. He just used to look at the phone and he puts it back down.
Okay.
So I went straight to him and told him, Uncle Dick, but you can take that money, it's okay. Instead of making me move to come to this place and
Then you don't pick my call.
you would have told me I'm not going to give you your money because you're not the first.
And what did they say?
And he was like, I told him I was seeing you. You were just putting my phone down, and he was like, okay, gena gloria kuwe sente zo.
Bazikuwa.
Yes.
Hey, that was nice.
But the challenge now, people normally remain with the balance. And what I do, I make sure that before we leave the work, I pay the guys I work with. So I end up on the losing side. How do I go about that?
Let me tell you, there is nothing as bad as okumpanya omuntu akoze omulimu gwe nga bw'alina ogukola n'agumaliriza. It's very, very, very bad. Okay? When it comes, I even want to pay, because sometimes they even quote less money, and then you're thinking, I used to have that mercy, but I no longer have that mercy because I know the world has to go on. But if you find out, definitely you can never know who is honest and who is not honest. Okay? So that means you have to have terms, but even terms in the service industry, jukira gwa bayagala omulimu. So when you go with strict terms of simanyi pay me half before the work and then simanyi pay me this much, as in omuntu abakugamba, even the genuine ones by the way agamba nemeseza, because some of us want to pay as we go. Okay? And some of us twagala okututegeera. But again, we do not, if you are a boss or in a position of employing someone or having someone's services, think about them and they take care of someone else. They have school fees to pay. They are human beings like you. So don't think like you are superior and then you have lunch of 500,000 and then you can't pay 200,000. What foolishness is that? Eh? So, definitely you have to be able to gauge. Bokola after for a long time otandika okwawula nomanya nti ono gye tugenda. I think wali bategedde koraga ono gye tugenda tebigenda kuba birungi. Ate nobako gogamba nayo as in asukulumye ku banne. He has really been too good, and you would even long to work for such a person. Omulimu ne bwe gugwawo you feel like oyina weemirala, and yet bali obeekokkola obogamba nti tagenda kunnuma kyokka ate gwe oli mulungi osasula ababo, and then nosigaza a banja. Number one, yokubanja should go to another level. I used to be the kind at yokubanja. How many of us are at yokubanja? I used to be the kind at yokubanja. Guess what? Yesterday nina gwe nabanjiza. Namugambi, and it was the truth. I was going to send our debt collector. I was like, you either pay or I send a debt collector. And they were like, Bahati, we have never had you with that tone. I was like, I do not deal with disrespect. So you either eat it while you go to the court to pay it, or someone comes and squeezes you and embarrasses you to get that money out of you. And because I had forgotten about it and I was about to give it to you, but I was like, no, I do not deal with disrespect. And I was like, so choose. You either pay that money or face a debt collector. They sent the money to my phone. Like seriously, because I was like, you know, some people take others for granted, okay? Not all of us are going to use debt collectors, but you have to be able, okulemerako, number one, to make sure that you do not, when someone goes or innocent as omubanja, do not say, mbasonyo, then ogenda kusonyo abameka. You know? Then say chinji, you might as well not work. So omuntu aline banja katusokere ku ekyo mubanje. Jakako obuntu, jake ekisa. Make sure that you appear at their doorway and tell them, I've come for this money. Do not get tired. Waliwo a sentence zosobola gamba mitwalo 5. But still mitwalo 5 is a lot of money. Bwezibula ku kakadde kaba kakyali kakadde. Kaba si kakadde. Eh? So you make sure that if you really went through sweat to get that money, it should be paid to you. Okay? So you make sure you don't toyogera bingi tovuma, don't insult, because again that same person kankubulire abantu bazibu ajana nagano kusasula choka nagenda nakuwa referral y'omulala. Nakugamba bambi omusajja oli akola bulungi mu muwo omulimu. Ne bakuwa omulimu naye nga ye aganye okusasula. But talina na plan ekusasula. Okay?
Actually, someone remained with my 900,000, but so far she has connected me to 7 clients.
And then the temptation of forgiving them is high. Eh?
Actually, I even told her that I told her to leave the balance.
To leave the but it's good sometimes to be rational. Eh? And very objective, not a bit of feeling. No gamba wampere dabala, that means alimuako ubuntu. But I will tell you the other thing that I have seen, and if I had not witnessed it myself, maybe I would say abantu buy name PCMB. Sometimes we genuinely forget. Nge sento zirina munsawo. Ngolina golina okusasula n'entambula nazo wiki neggwako nga sinonyeza float. Oba sijukidde kutuma muntu sijukidde because I have back-to-back things through the week, okay? But if you ever, that is why omuntu babanga they have done something for me, I tell them come to office, because when you come to office you will always find your money. But if I am to remember and send you mobile money nkugamba, I might even forget, and genuinely I will forget. So some people forget. Give them reminders. Bweba ku blocking ngogenda. Some people block, by the way. But ate bomuntu waba kubanja yogera amazima. As in mugambe sizirina oba si kyekyo bomuwa obudde obw'okuzisasuliramu ne butuuka nga tuzirina still mukubire. How many of us fail to pick calls because waliwo akubanja? Muganyo kuwanika emikono. Muganyo kuwanika emikono. Let's have the winners. My friend, okubanja should be part of your your business. That is your business, okay? But again, even when you deal with someone, make sure that you cover your back. Make sure mugamba. By the way, there are some of us, me, I'm a giver, eh? So I will oversupply sometimes because I'm also in the service industry. I will oversupply, and then maybe the money will take long. Now sometimes osobola mugamba sirina ze nsasuza abakozi katusoke tulekera omulimu guno tugukomye makati bw'olifuna sente oli ngamba. Yes. n'omuleka kubanga half the time tuli bakyamufu twagala emirimu gyaffe giggwe, but we don't want to pay abagikola. Nawe ng'omugamba omanyi sirina bize nsasula abakola, so bw'onoofuna ssente ng'ofunawo ekyeyaawo makkati ng'akuyita nga naawe oli busy.
I'm Diana Muhaire Navasa. I'm so happy to be here. This is my first time to be in Hold My Hand.
Wow.
I was here the other week, 2 weeks ago, on the coach experience, and I'm so far so delighted. Yes, you asked a question about where we are stuck, and I'm stuck. Let me give it a background. You saw me carrying a box, so
Yes.
I'm one of those ladies who have been in Chikubo and lifting Migugu for ourselves because you want to save every coin. But when the pandemic came, as most businesses were affected, mine really was affected so badly that I had to close it. And I do minimum already online. But during the pandemic, I was able to be very, very clear of the reason why I am on earth. And I am called to be a spiritual life coach. I'm very excited that 5 years ago I started my personal development journey. And I have a bit of skills with a background in education, and I've done a number of things. But where I'm stuck is, how do I package myself so that I monetize this? I've been looking through a number of programs where you can get certified, but because right now financially I am incapacitated, I need to make an investment for, So where do I get my paying clients? Because I've been doing this all my life, and my friends are not willing to pay. So back to what you are saying, I feel my services, my knowledge is being taken for granted. And I am in this space of, I am so clear about what I want. I've set my goals, but I don't know how to monetize and, be very confident and say, this is what you're getting. They've told me they have seen results, but I think I have that. I don't know whether it's a limiting belief. I don't know, but I'm stuck there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and so I know so many of us are in that space where you have something that is burning, you feel it can be it's monetizable, but again, you're not actually making any headway. And you have found your purpose. You know that this is my purpose. Though I usually say that if you find your purpose, be open-minded, because purpose shifts goals most of the times, and you keep evolving. So you might consider yourself to be a spiritual coach right now, and you find that 1 year from now, you're a family coach. You can do the spiritual bit, but again, you love family and you love people staying together and how they can amicably stay together without conflicts. Or you can find that you are so concerned about women's finance. So do you see that I am hitting different nerves of the different things? Now, when you say let me tell you, every one of us here thinks we are spiritually everything. How many of us think we need spiritual lessons? Have you seen any hand up? I think I have seen just like 2. All of us, it's just like relationships. We feel we are all experts about relationships. Okay? So it's until I test what you have to give that I'll be like, I need that. Did you see people on TikTok who were saying, where is her church? I want to go to that church. They want to go to that church. She speaks with a lot of authority. She speaks, I think I want to be in the same room like her. You get it? Now, when someone tests the dose of what you have to give, that is when they're like, I need to keep coming. Because whatever you sell and package, it has to be able to have an insatiable appetite, to create an insatiable appetite in your clients that they will come for more and come for more and come for more. When you drink Coca-Cola and you drink like a small bottle, don't you feel like taking another one? And you feel like taking another one. And even if you say, I'm not going to drink Coca-Cola again, I'm going to just drink juices and water. That day you see a chifananyi and a billboard with a bottle etuyanye. Ngogamba ho, bagende bampeyo kako. Like seriously, yesterday I took a milkshake because I found someone taking a milkshake. That is the power of advertising. Nedopa, I'm on weight loss journey, but I took a milkshake. Hey, tewe unyanyo. So, what you have to do is, where can my services be visible? Bagamba tunda yeyo ayolesa. Now, tuchogera in a bad term, but again, in the business world it applies. Right? So ask yourself, what avenues of visibility can I create? Number one, you have a community like Hold My Hand, where you have told us what you do. Okay? So after here, someone is going to look for you on social media. Are you on social media? You are? Doing a different business there. In your names? Okay? So if it's in your names, that means people have to see this side of you, because a spiritual coach can be a business person. A spiritual coach can sell insurance. A spiritual coach can do anything. So give them another side of you. For example, you have some tips that are lined up. Come in front of a camera. Do not mind about the clarity of the camera. Make sure that you look good. You're in a well-lit place. Speak about what you feel on your mind. Let me tell you, people have made money just by being prayer. Have you seen people praying on TikTok? Remember, this is a prayer call, and then they will pray for 1 minute. And guess what? Companies are giving them money to be brand ambassadors. Okay? So you're not going to aim to be a brand ambassador, but you are going to aim for visibility, because people cannot buy what they have not seen. So where you go to church is a visibility ground. Your friends and your status, WhatsApp status, is a visibility ground. Bakube business mu face. Obakube business ye bidala, obakube ne yachi, ne ya coach. Why? Because they have to see you speak about something. Boyogera kumbera yange. And your homework, even if you've not yet joined Accelerated Mentorship, and right now I'm giving you an offer, Accelerated Mentorship in the next cohort, free of charge, fully sponsored. What you do is, when you find the different, when you speak about my problem, I will be like, how many of us, I don't know if we have people that watched me on Masu Zemti and you felt like, ayogede kuchempita muche nyini, alinge ya chitegede. You get it? Now, when you get kuchizibucho, you find a reason to look for me. Yogamba, omshalo yokendi mlabako, njamu bulide chizibu change. You get it? Because now I have bought trust, but there's no way I can buy trust by not being in your face. That is why people pay for TV. That is why people pay for radio. That's why tusasulo obulango. Visibility, visibility, visibility. But again, visibility, not kulabika kongo mwaka gutandika, no genda nobula, no komaunga gugwako. Consistency matters. You have to be consistently in my face. Olala weba sagade choyogede chinzoka techinkwatako nenga chogeno kugerako next week chinkwatako. And so I will be like, kubyo bufumbo buno kangende, muwulirizeko. Agamba my prayer life is not that good. She talked about prayer and she talked about it in a way that she can help me. Let me go to her. So visibility, visibility. And I think I will give you visibility. So look for all proper avenues of being visible. Okay? Ebidala tujja byogerako.